What are some ways that you can avoid emotional trading? I've got a 3-step cheat sheet coming right up. Welcome to the Aftermarket live chat and watch party. I'm Dawn, your host, aka J&J Video Reacts. And it's a stream that's been created for traders to have a place to decompress after the market, just to kind of hang out, talk shop, relate to each other. American Dream Trading is the group, and the founder is Chad W. Christian. He's a 33-year stock market vet who has literally traded in every market condition imaginable. And the cool thing is he teaches us how to do the exact same thing, right? We trade when the market goes up, we trade when the market goes down or sideways, called channel trading. And we know how to do all of them. We know how to do short-term day trading. We know how to do long-term trading, cover calls, cash secure puts, you name it, we're trained on it, okay? Not only that, we have a crypto membership where you learn everything there is to know about crypto, all things crypto, with our moderators, Chris and Bucko. And if you want to get back to the future, there's Mark McSee over there with the futures, 2 to 4 live every day. Now, our coach goes live every day at 9, right? From 9 to 11. That is the only coach out there. He is the only coach that does a live open mic training. That alone is worth the price of admission, right? So if you want to join American Dream Trading, just go to none other than americandreamtrading.com and sign up and get your membership right now. We have the premium membership, which is only $19 for sign up for a 2-week trial period. We have had so many people do that here of late. We've also got the crypto membership for a 2-week trial. It's $19, and futures is $49 for the 2-week trial because that includes the trading view indicators. I don't know what happened to my futures one. It's gone. Oh, well, I must have deleted it by accident. Oh, I think there it is. No. Well, there you go. 3-step cheat sheet for unemotional trading, right? So, the basic thing that we all know is trading can be extremely emotional, right? And you got to make sure that you are keeping your emotions in check when trading. And before we dive deeper into that, we're trying to get Coach to 20,000 subscribers. So please make sure you guys are smashing that like button, share the content out, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Right now, we are currently sitting at 16,151. Way to go. We're moving on up, ready to hit that 17K before you know it, and then onward and upward to 20K. But yeah, 3-step cheat sheet to unemotional trading, right? So you gotta make sure that you're being unemotional when you're trading. Let's go down and see who's here so far. 16,151. Might help if I turn that down. All right, so far I think I'm the only one here. Oh, no, there you go. Hey, gang. So wait a minute. Okay, I'm unmuted. Let's make sure I'm unmuted and I can see myself on the screen. So we're cooking with grease today. We're cooking with grease. We shouldn't cook with grease. It's unhealthy, but we're cooking with grease. All right, so J-Dog, what's going on, bro? All right, and we got Captain Call Out. Well, we don't chase call outs over here, Captain Call Out. So I don't know what to tell you. Chad H, how you doing? Polito Cantu, what's going on? How art thou? Izzy, listen, Izzy, I'm so proud of you. I was just on the Zoom call listening to where you're going, what you're doing. Keep it up, my brother. Keep it up. All you got to do is just keep taking it one day at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. One day at a time, do it right. We always look for the whole blanket, of getting it right. One day at a time. Get it right one day. Just worry about the day you're in, and that's what you're doing. And then break it down even further, one trade at a time. Coaches changing lives one trade at a time, right? That's how you should trade, one trade at a time. Don't think about yesterday's trades, right? And if you have to focus on the mistakes you've made, use them as learning lessons, not fear mongers. Okay. Not, oh, I hope I don't do that again. No, you won't do it again because you learned yesterday that was the way. Look, Edison failed 100 times before he came up with the light bulb. You know what his philosophy about that was? That he found out he just discovered 100 ways that it won't work. He didn't look at them as failures. Okay, tick mark that, journal it. That doesn't work. So he didn't make the same mistake. Notice I said journal, right? Write your stuff down, which is what we're going to go over. Vegan Knowledge, JJ, my savior in this life. How are you, my darling? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Maria, Maria, Maria. She reminds me of a West Side Story. I can hear Maria right now. Okay, no, she didn't. No, she is not singing. I can hear Maria right now. Like, okay, no, don't do that. Mata, Mata, welcome. Fredwick, what's going on? Captain Call Out. So I'm excited. Richard did a nice little video today that I will edit up tonight and feature tomorrow on the show. It's called Richard's Radar, right? So he's going to be doing that we're going to be featuring Richard's Radar every Wednesday and every Friday. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. That'll be the first one. He's already recorded it. If you want to know what they look like, they're just a quick little couple of snippets of some nuggets. You know how Richard always gives us the nuggets. There's a sample of one on the Aftermarket in the Aftermarket Lounge on Discord. I did one of the one that he did for NVIDIA. We didn't get a chance to use it because it was done last minute, so we didn't really get a chance to do it. But I edited anyway, just to kind of figure out, what was where we were going to go with it. And I stuck it over there for him to check out and for you guys to look at, so you can know going forward what to look forward to. So tomorrow we'll have Richard's Radar. We'll do a segment called Richard's Radar, so that'll be fun. Diesel up in the house. American Dream Trading running on Diesel. Dan, it looks good, Chad. Okay, cool, man. We got the new green screen in effect, so it's kind of keeping things going back there. So yeah, man. Okay, so let's go over this. Okay, step number 1. Now today, this is what we're doing. 3-step cheat sheet for unemotional trading. Okay, like that thumbnail? You like that, huh? 3-step cheat sheet for unemotional trading. We all know that emotions are a huge part of trading. We just heard the debate between Ted and Palm, and you can go with, hey, you have to be robotic. You can go with the, hey, because Maria and I kind of had a little bit of the same kind of debate, me going with, hey, you have to have a system. Me, Miss Emotional, right? You have to have a system. And she was saying, yeah, I get that. You're right. But we're humans. So we're going to have emotions. We're going to have reactions. It's not going to be perfect. We're not going to always get that. So I get that. So anything we can use or have to have a way to help us, that's what we should do. So let's see. Step number 1 on the cheat sheet is check your entry level, right? Check your entry level. Have a clear trading plan. We've discussed this before, but it gives you confidence going into a trade, right? Have a clear trading plan. Check your entry level. Write it in if you need to, right? Got a little blank space right there. Check your exit level. So you should know where you're getting in and where you're getting out before you make the trade. And I mean, you need to have thought it out with a clear, charted out roadmap and stick to it. Period. No thinking about it. You know what's going to make you guys stick to it? Doing it every day the exact same way. Right? And then check max risk per trade. Right? Set up your max risk. Have it in your mind. What 3%? We hear Mark say it every morning. Maria says it every morning. I say it. Doug says it. Palm says it. Martin, everybody. Make sure you know what that 3% is, right? Because you should already have it figured out, because look what you just wrote in. You wrote in your entries, you wrote in your exit, you know what you're spending in this trade, right? So you should have your risk management worked out beforehand as well. Do not, under any circumstances, miss this step, because it's the step that's going to allow you to go in unemotionally, because this system is your anchor. These 3 steps are your anchor. You need to know your entry, you need to know your exit, you need to know what your risk management is, and have that set out in front of you on your journal. And then once you have done it and you've gotten in, you've gotten green and gotten out, write it in your journal how and why, that you followed that to the letter. How are you going to do it unemotionally? You're not. You're just going to do it. You're just going to write it in and do it. Not think about it, not feel any way about it. Just set your goal and just do it. Now, what's going to happen is every day that you do that and don't think about it, it's going to become a what? Somebody tell me what that's going to create. What's up? Straight razor, what's going on? What is that going to create for us, straight razor? If we do it every day the exact same way, we go in, we write our entry level, we write our exit level, we write our risk management, and we follow it to the T. If we don't think about it and just follow what's on the paper or on the digital, whatever, if we just do that every day without thinking about it, what is that going to create? Vegan knowledge. You know, right? You know. Thank you, Chad H. It's going to create a habit. A habit, ladies and gentlemen, as long as it's one that empowers you to what it is that you're trying to achieve, is the most powerful anchor that you can have. Habits are anchors. They keep you from being emotional. I do the same thing every morning without thinking about it. Do I want to get up and work out some mornings when I maybe have stayed up a little bit too late? Hell no. But guess what? I don't have a choice. You know what? Because it's a habit. This morning, like last night, I went to sleep 11:30, right? Like clockwork. Boing, yoing, yoing, yoing. I woke, I just sat straight up, looked at the clock. It was freaking 3:36. Like clockwork. Your body is telling you. I work off of habits. I don't even need you to be awake. I know to wake up at 3:30. How crazy is that? Our bodies are machines, guys. Okay? Stop sticking a bunch of bull crap in there. Have emotions when it's appropriate to have emotions. Feel glad, feel love, but when it's appropriate. When you're trading, it's not appropriate to have those. It's hard, but it doesn't have to be hard. It's only hard if you see it as hard, because you're not following a system, right? So we're back on the system. But the system consists of habits. Coach gave us 5 or 6 awesome habits, right? So, first habit, to trade unemotional, go in with your exit, with your entry point, come out with your exit, have your risk management all laid out before you go into the trade, and do it the exact same way every day without fail. Eventually, you won't have to think about it or feel any way about it, because it's a habit. You don't think when you're doing habits. Do you think when you're brushing your teeth? Oh, how should I do? Should I go up here? No, you just put the damn toothpaste on the brush and you go, right? Okay. Do you think about how to tie your shoe? Does the loop go here? Maybe I'll do it this way today. Or no, I'm feeling really good. Maybe I'll tie them really tight. No, you tie them. You just tie them. You don't even think about it, do you? Maria, when you're getting your kids ready, you just bip, 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 boom, boom. You got to say, all right, out the door, go, bye. or get in the car and drive and whatever you do. Is there a whole bunch of thought process that goes into it? Well, right now that might be because you're reestablishing that system or whatever. But come on, you go in, you go out the same way. How do you walk through, get in the house? Put your key in the door, open it, come in. Come in. That's it. Period. Do you have to think, well, should I put the key in this way or that? No. This is no different. Okay? You need to set up the habit. And in order for it to be a habit, you do it the same way every day. Once you do that, after about 3 weeks, a month, it'll be a habit. You won't have to think about it. That'll take the pressure off of you. That's what Izzy's doing. Izzy, let me know down in the comments. Am I right about that? Is that what you're doing? Have you felt yourself establish a little bit of a habit so it's kind of an anchor so you're not thinking about it? Let me know. What? What did he say? So no yelling at the at the screen. Right. Mustang Chris will tell you, okay, he had a ton of sticky notes up there. He was ready to take his shit and throw it out of the window. He would get pissed off, right? Create the habit so you're not yelling at yourself, the screen, the dog, the trade, the market, coach, your mom, your dad. Create the habit. What's my entry? What's my exit? What's my stop? What's my risk? Where's my stop being placed? How much am I willing to risk? Period. Going in. Izzy, you leaving me hanging? What's happening? Big knowledge said discipline is created by habits. Correct. And you can stack learning on top of habits. Yes. Oh, system, right. Saving yourself time and energy and money is that's what system stands for, right? Okay. Number 2. Izzy's not going to answer me. It's okay. It's all good. All right. Number 2. Practice emotional awareness, right? When you feel your feels coming in there, get it in check. Pause for 5 seconds. Do yourself a favor when you feel the emotions rushing towards you, count to 5, right? Before entering any trades, count to 5. When you feel that fear of greed, because isn't it true? And, we just heard Palm say this. When as soon as you click that buy button, don't you feel some kind of way, whether you're prepared or not? At least now you do. If you do what we just said in step number 1 over and over and over and over and over again, you won't feel that fear anymore. You won't feel that anxiety anymore, right? The only way to do that is to make it something that you just, you don't think, okay, click, 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 click. You have to do it the same way every time, every day, every trade. Then you don't have to worry about being emotional, right? But if you feel yourself getting emotional, stop and count to 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I was getting emotional right there. Ooh, I could feel it right even before I hit the button. Okay. If you need to do it one more time, do it again. All right. You know what? I'm still a little anxious. All right. You know what? I tell you what, let me go take a quick little walk around the house, take a little breather, and then come back and sit. And when you find those emotions catching up with you, step away. You're in control. You're in the driver's seat, gang, right? Step away. What else was in there? All right, so count 5 seconds before entering. Am I reacting out of fear or greed? Ask, does this meet my plan that I just wrote out? Is this within my trading criteria that I just set up for myself? If no, have the discipline to skip the trade. All you need is the discipline the first few times you do it, right? The first week or two that you do that, it is going to take discipline. You need discipline to create the habit. But once it morphs into a habit, the discipline doesn't need to be there because the habit is the anchor that makes you do it without thinking about it day in, day out. You just need to get to the point where it becomes that habit. And you only can do that by repetition, right? It's one of the most simple concepts there is. Just keep repeating it over and over and over. That's how you learned how to tie your shoes, wasn't it? That's how you learned how to brush your teeth, wasn't it? That's how you learned how to drive to the store because you did it 10 million times. You don't have to think about where to go. You don't need a GPS. Just get in the car and go because you did it a million times. There's no thinking about it. The very first time you got into a car, talk to me. Tell me about the very first time you got into a car and started to drive. Maybe on your driver's test, maybe when you were on your permit and you were riding around the neighborhood with your parents. Were you nervous? Were you a little scared? You got that big car. It's now you've been all riding in the passenger seat. Mommy, mommy, mommy. Now you're the one in the driver's seat. You know that there's a such thing as car accidents and things like that if you haven't been in any, right? Weren't you scared? Weren't you a little fearful being behind the wheel? Some of you, huh? Talk to me. I know you were. You need a link while you coming up? Don't nobody come up here. What you need a link for? Don't nobody come up on the panel? James ain't down there. Are you coming up on the panel, Miranda? All right, I'll put it down there. I mean, I would love to have some company up here. All right, let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. Join panel here. All right. I was thinking about Coach today with his technical difficulties with the light. Oh man, that was too funny. He's like, why am I so white? What's going on? Hold on, I need to take a break. I need to fix this. Oh, that was too funny. There you go. Izzy, yes, 100%. Okay, Izzy, yeah, I thought you created the habit and you were afraid, right? When you first got into a car, got behind the wheel. I don't know if I've told some of you this, but some of you new people have maybe never heard this story. So I learned how to drive on a stick, right? And to me, that was the best way to go because an automatic was easy, right? To me, because I learned how to drive on a stick. Well, my girlfriend taught me how to drive her Mustang. I'm driving, kept cutting off. This was on level ground, right? So, I thought I had it cut off, She had to come from where she was and come start it for me. She's like, "You got it now? You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got it. So I'm riding around and I get at this light, right? I'm at a red light. I'm getting nervous just thinking about it right now. I'm at a red light on a steep incline. Got my foot on the brake. Car's in neutral, right? There is a Corvette behind me. Nice red Corvette, little red Corvette. Shout out to Prince. Top down. And I'm like, holy shit. If I back into this car, there's going to be some problems. There's going to be some problems. I got to get this right. I'm sitting on a hill. Now, that's a challenge to somebody who's new with a stick because you got to get that, that ratio right, or you're going to back up and shut off and keep going down the hill, right? Well, I put the car in first gear, right? And I had my foot on the brake and on neutral. Well, all of a sudden, it kind of clicks because I went to put my foot on the gas. And as the car started drifting back, I gave it a little bit more gas. And I'm like, oh, wait. Oh, that's what keeps it from cutting off. Oh, Oh, and the car started moving forward. To my in amazement and my relief, the car started moving forward. And do you know what? From that day forward, I did that same thing over and over again. It became a habit. I never cut off again, ever. I never cut off again after that moment. So it's just a matter of doing it the first time, getting through your plan, and then repeating it over and over and over and over and over. But yeah, I was scared as shitless because I didn't want to back into that Mustang, right? I mean, into that Corvette. I was driving the Mustang. I didn't want to back into that Corvette. So I learned. It was like being thrown in the deep end of the pool, right? And having to sink or swim. But once I did that and it adjusted in my mind, which may be happening with Izzy right now, right? You think you kind of got that, like that ratio, like, hey, wait a minute, I think I'm wanting something here. I'm green. Okay, I did it again. I'm green. Okay, I did it again. I'm green. Dude, exactly. But don't get too happy with yourself. Don't, hey, I got that. Yeah, don't do that. Because then the minute you get cocky, it'll, you know what I mean? But then again, I don't necessarily want to insert that into you either. I want you to be confident. So keep doing the same thing that you're doing, right? Don't psych yourself out. Keep doing the same thing that you're doing until it becomes habit and you don't even have to think about it. You think Palm sits there and worries about his entry? You think coach sits there and worries about, should I get in? Should I get? No, they either just do it or they don't. They have a certain criteria, and if it's met, they get in. If it's not, they don't. You listen to Mark McSee talk about how the break and hold of the nine, if it doesn't break and hold over the nine and it's over VWAP, he doesn't get in it. Period. We used to hear other people talk about it. The break and hold of this, the break and hold of that. We hear coach talk about it. If it doesn't break and hold, they don't get in it. So, same. Same. My first car was a nice. It's a good way to learn. I tell you what, if you're ever faced with, oh, I'm driving automatic, oh, all you got is a stick, you're good. Because you already know how to do it. Yes, sir, man. You are welcome. Wait a minute. What? When I get rid of this job, I can't. Oh, it's all good. You were delayed. I'm laughing at your hey, Miranda. Hey, I can hear your voice better. Better intentional tomorrow. Habits have a better intentional tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. Have a better intentional tomorrow. The acronym. Okay. I like that. My life, yes, she is an acronym. My baby is a walking acronym. Okay. She really is. She can come up with them like that. Her whole book, Sad to Glad, it's all acronym. Standard American diet to goals, learning, action, and discipline. Right? I got that right, right? James Zhao, what's up, brother? Sad day. So, what we're talking about in here is three, for those of you who are just popping in, it is a three-step cheat sheet to unemotional trading. All right. So, vegan knowledge. She's down there with the avocados. salad a day. All right, number 3. Why is this not clicking? Oh, come on with the technical stuff now. Come on now, Restream. Okay, there we go. I kept clicking it, right? Oh, that's not it. Okay. Number 3, enter with smaller size first. And it's got a little blank space down there for you to write in what that small position size is, right? Track how you feel, calm or emotional. When you trade with smaller position sizes, right? We got our set entry and exit, we got our set risk management, we got our up. I feel a little bit emotional. I'm going to sit back for 5 minutes. That was number 2, right? Count to 5. Make sure that you are not feeling any emotion, that you are just going in with your entry and exit because you got the plan. There's no need to be emotional when you have a plan, right? And last but not least, enter with a small size. That will help you let the trade work. Takes the emotion out of it, right? Let the trade work. Coach talked about it today. If you go in heavy, it's going to cause you to be emotional, gang. Any little tidbit that you can get to help you not be so emotional in trades, you need to take it and run with it. And one of the biggest ones that Coach talks about is small position size. You are looking at the queen of small position size. Raise your hand if you were here when I turned $20 into $100 the other day. Let me see a hand down in the chat, or 2 or 3 or 4. Were you there when that happened? All right, I'll take the 1. Thank you. My mic sounds good today. Were you guys there when I turned $20 into $100? Yes or no? You can put a 1 or put your hand in. I'm asking this for a reason. Can somebody answer besides vegan knowledge, please? Love you. Nobody was there. Okay, because the reason why I'm asking you that, hey Marlena, is because I was able to do it and sit in the trade with no emotion whatsoever. Why? Because I had my entry. I was going in with a $20 contract on IWM. 2, I had my exit, right? I had my exit plan. It broke and held it was already over the 9. But as soon as the pullback started happening, I was out. If it broke under the 9, my plan was to be out of that trade, right? And my risk management was my 3%, right? But I didn't have to worry about that because it didn't go against me, luckily. So I stayed in, and when it started pulling back is when I got out. It had gotten up to $120. It pulled back, and I ended up taking away, getting $85 out of that. So actually, technically 65, because I had 20 and it ended up turning into 85. So, but the point is, it was a very small position size. It allowed me to sit in the trade without getting nervous. Wow, I'm making way too much money. It's $100. It started out as 20. I was able to sit in the trade without being emotional because of such a small position size. Now, does that mean it's okay to piss away $20? No, because if you do that like 2-3 times a week, that's $100, right? You do that a couple times a month, you're talking $400 or $500. That's your freaking car payment. So yeah, no, losing $20 wasn't cool either. But that's why risk management was in place. And that's why the plan to exit if it broke the 9 was there, right? Which is why I ended up walking away with money. Do that the same exact way every day, all day long. Play with small position sizes like $10 to $20. Make sure if you are not using small position sizes with real money that you are paper trading. Should be paper trading anyway, especially if you're brand new. So it works, gang. It works. Oraclo 4 times. Imagine what at 100K. Yeah, hello. Thank you, Oraclo. Thank you. Very good point. Very, very good point. That was a 325% trade. If that was a $10,000 trade, yeah, I'm looking at 30K. You know? So come on. It doesn't matter the position size. What matters is that percentage. What matters is the process. What matters is that you're only going to get green trades if you do the process right. So you got to master the process, but you're not going to do it until you create the habit of doing it. And the only way to create the habit of doing it is to do it over and over and over until you're blue in the face. You need to make sure that it becomes boring. I mean, seriously. It's like, okay, like David talks about Apple. Yeah, but you're almost a millionaire off of Apple. He talks about how Apple can bore him sometimes. He's sitting there watching the paint dry. Who else is doing Apple? F2, isn't he? Okay. So, what does that tell you? It might move slower, it might be a little bit more boring, but wouldn't you rather be a bored millionaire than an excited broke ass? I mean, really. Yeah, I'm excited. What the hell are you excited about? You broke, right? What are you excited about? I'd rather be bored with money than all excited as a broke ass, right? So, what's exciting to me at this stage in what I'm doing is I finally, am doing the same thing that Izzy's doing. I'm doing that. Why do you think my position sizes are so small? I am not trading large amounts of money. I'm getting in, I'm doing the process. This is something different. I'm doing a lot of paper trading. Bruno helped me get my paper trading situated on the computer the other day. I was paper trading on the phone, but it's not the same. It's easier on the computer. And I trade on TradingView when I'm trading. So I'm like, I don't paper trade on the computer. So it was just like with CapCut, Miranda. It was the same thing. It took a little bit, but okay, yeah, this isn't as bad as I thought. Right? Once you get to learn where everything is and how it works, everything is uncomfortable when it's new, right? So you got, in order for it to be habit, in order for it to get comfortable, you got to keep doing it even when you're sick and tired of doing it, right? So that was what today's lesson was about, gang. Let me know what you guys thought down in the chat about today's lesson. Palm Coast, I would join the panel. Dawn is off. Aw. Look, you inspired that, right? Because the conversation that you and Maria were having at the end of the day was just something, because I had something else planned and I completely had to switch it up because I'm like, that is so, we can't talk about that enough, right? Because that's the thorn in our side. This group as a whole is a freaking lion, but the thorn in the side that about 14 or 15 of you have managed to pull out is the whole emotional aspect of the trading and not creating habits. You don't have to be emotional when it's a habit. I can't say that enough, Palm. I can't say it any other way. I can't say it enough. It has to become as mundane as brushing your teeth the way you go into a trade, the way you see a setup. Nope, 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 still not there. Up there, boom. That's how you need to be on it, right? You need to be on it. No, still not there. Hour later, I might not be trading today. I still don't see a setup. Up there it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm not emotional. Boom, there's my entry. Okay, I'm in. Got my position. I'm good to go. Right. All right. Okay, it's pulling against me. Boom. Let's go ahead and take our money. I don't have any more money to get in. That's okay. I made 50 bucks just now. Like, that's what you need to be doing every day, gang. That's what you need to be doing every freaking day. If you're scalping, if you're doing a 2-minute EWO, up, it's still not there yet. Oh, okay, there we go. We got the second bar, but it's literally still right under VWAP. It's a green EWO. It's right under. Oh, it just broke in hell VWAP. That's my sign. Bam. Let's go. All right, it's still climbing. Way to go. All right, I've got 5 positions. Oh, there's a pullback. Let's go ahead and take half off there. Because that's it's not too far from the double top, but it's it's not there yet. So I still got some. Yep, see, it's still going back up. Oh, we're at the double top. Bam. Let me go ahead and get my stuff. I mean, period. We know what to do. It doesn't have to be emotional. You just need to do those same things the same way every day, every trade. Get it to the point where you're not think there is no thought. Like Rocky, there is no tomorrow. Remember when he was against the Russian? There is no tomorrow. There's no tomorrow, gang. Do it now. And then tomorrow, you'll be the one that's sitting up there and everybody will be asking you the questions, right? Like they're asking Palm right now. You just got to make it a habit. I can't say let habits be your hanker. You got to hanker. Let your habits be your anchors, okay? Because they will keep you thinking about nothing other than the trade, right? You shouldn't have to think. If you look, thoughts lead to emotions. Emotions lead to actions. Actions lead to results, right? It all starts with the thought, right? So when you're overthinking, you're going to end up being over what? Emotional. Once you're over emotional, you do all your actions are squirrel, they're all over the place, right? So it all starts up here. And you got to take all of that extra thinking out of it. How do you do that? That's right. I'm going to keep saying over and over and freaking over. Habit. Oh, I don't have to think about this. I know this is not the right entry. There is no thinking. But it looks good. It's going, no, forget all that. Stop doing that. Is it the right entry or not? And if you don't know, then you should not be trading. And I've heard Palm say, if you're not sure what a right entry looks like, or you're not sure what a bounce area look, you don't need to be trading. You need to be paper trading or like watching and listening. If you don't know what that is, don't trade. For a whole year, I thought I knew what the right setup was. I didn't. I didn't. I thought I did, but I didn't. It took a whole nother year for me to, oh, okay, yeah. These are higher probability, right? Because I've done these enough times now that I've made money on them. This is the higher probability trade. David said when he first started, he would wait for the EMAs to line up. Well, he would just worry about VWAP mostly. But then when he brought the EMAs in, when they were lined up and it was one way or the other, that's when he made his move. How is his daughter succeeding? That's what she's doing, right? She does not take a trade unless it is perfectly lined up. All the EMAs are lined up, stacked on top of each other, and it's over VWAP or under VWAP, period. There's no, what I just said, is there any thought in that? Like, if you don't see that, you don't trade. It's either A or B. Either you see that set up and you're trading, or you don't see it and you're waiting. Period. We make it too hard. Setup's there. Go. It's go time. Setup's not there. Sit on my hands. Period. It doesn't even have to be a, well, should I? If you don't have the skill set to scalp and channel trade, then yeah, there's your answer right there. No. Is the setup there? No. Wait. Can I channel trade? Yeah, it's at the top of this channel. Let's go ahead and get a put. All right. Yeah, it's going down to where it bounced before. Let's go ahead and get out a little bit beforehand. Set up for calls if that's what happens. Oh, it decided to break. Okay. Let's sit and wait. Is it going to hold? Oh, there's a huge candle. Yep, it broke and held. Let me see if there's a double bottom that it's reaching for. Oh, yes, nowhere near that double bottom. Let me go ahead because it broke and held. We know that mechanics, gang, but yet and still we're still throwing our emotions in there and not letting our eyes tell us let your eyes be your guide, not your heart. Your heart shouldn't be in the trade. It's your eyes. Listen to what do you see? It's not how you feel. What do you see on that screen? Period. You know, if you see the right thing, go. If you don't, sit. It doesn't need to be rocket science. It does not need to be rocket science. Bucko, what's going on, brother? Good advice today. Good. Trust. Trust the indicators. Yes. Absolutely, Oracle. Trust the indicators. Trust the knowledge. That's right. Trust coaches. Well, look. Coach created those rules because coach did things that created those rules from his mistakes. Remember when we said earlier in the stream, mistakes aren't bad. They are lessons, right? Edison failed 100 times. He figured out 100 ways that the light bulb wouldn't work. That didn't mean stop. It meant keep going till you find out how it works, right? Keep following the rules. If you follow the rules and they don't work, it doesn't mean that the system is broken. It just meant that the probability didn't work out in that particular trade at that time. Because guess what? Nothing's 100%. They don't always work. But the probability is it does, and it usually does. So go with the higher odds, right? You call yourself a gambler, go with the odds. You shouldn't be gambling. This isn't gambling. Give yourself the best odds to win by following the rules, right? That's the only way to give yourself. You don't give your best self the best odds by over leveraging and using a shit ton of money that you can't afford and then losing it if it pulls back because you're scared to sit in it because you got a panic sell, right? Because your position is too high. You're scared. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. That creates fear. Why make yourself scared? If you keep going in with a large amount of money, you're going to make yourself scared and trade emotional, right? Maria and Palm did an amazing class on compounding. Go watch it. If you're a VIP, go watch it. Learn how to value small wins, okay? Because it's the small wins that add up to make the larger accounts happen, not big trades. Big trades scare the shit out of you. You get out of the trade with a loss. That's your probability when you go in too heavy. You're going to lose. Let's just put it out there. When you go in heavy, more often than not, you lose, right? So stop that. More often than not, when you go in small, yeah, it adds up a little bit at a time. $5 here, $10 there, but it adds up, right? You either lose big or you win small and win consistently, and then you end up with a huge account. Why? Because you were able to sit in the trade and do it. You were able to do it without thinking and being emotional because it's a little bit of money. At the end of the day, if you keep getting those little pieces of money, your account's going to be huge at some point, but you're not worried about that. You're only worried about doing it right every day. You're going to look up and you're going to have a lot more money in there than you thought because you weren't focusing on the money. You were focusing on the process that gets the money, right? That's what you're focused on, not the money. Remember, you're only trading really little bits and pieces. You need them to add up, right? How many people saved pennies when they were a kid, put pennies in a jar or quarters or nickels, right? And got to a point where that thing was so full you couldn't even pick it up. Let me see a show of hands. Who saved some coins in the jar? Who had the piggy bank? I sure did, James. I had a great day, brother. Look, come on, let me see. I know that nobody didn't have a piggy bank. Who had a piggy bank? James L said he had a piggy bank. Who else had a piggy bank? I remember. Yay, Izzy, Glenn, yay. Right, Bucko. Still have my I do too. I have, do you have one like one of those huge mason jars? Got a huge mason jar in my bedroom. Any change that ends up in, because we don't really deal with cash a lot anymore, but when I do get coins, they go right in that jar, right? Huge. All right, Polito. Okay, so have you ever burst your piggy bank? Found yourself with a couple $100 after only putting a couple of pennies in there for a couple of months? It added up, right? The trading is the same way. Trading's the same way. Teach yourself how to do this with little pieces of money. Get the process down. We talked about this in the pre-market this morning, right? In the pre-market, all you can do is really learn how to scalp. There's no stops. You can't go down. You can only go up. And usually they're pump and dump. So you're not marrying them. They're designed for you to get in, get some quick coin, and get out. So if you can get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, Doug is an excellent teacher of that. He goes over the L2 and all that good stuff. He goes over patterns. He's going over patterns this morning, right? Get in, get yourself a couple coins, and get out of there. Period. Mark mastered that process, mastered it, and then took it over to futures, and you see what he did with it, right? That's where you got to do it, but you got to sacrifice. Oh, I got to get up at 4 in the morning. If you want this, yes. If you really want it. If you don't, then it is. Nobody's going to judge you. Okay, you can't get up at 4, you can't get up at 4. But I'm just letting you know that's the best training ground to get it. It really is. So, and then I come on in there at 6. Maria's in there, Richard, we're all in there at 6 so that you guys can even have some more people helping you out. Mark's in there. So, you do what you want, but if you need some instruction and if you need some hand holding and I don't quite have it, let me get a little bit more info. That's the place to do it, in the free market. And then we come here in the aftermarket and we talk about what you did. Did you do anything? Did you make any money? Did you follow the rules? Did you break the rules? Right? Any runners? I didn't pull up anything today. Eminem, I still have a piggy bank. I know, me too. Me too. I got my big mason jar in there. Yep. Swallowed them most of the time. Yep. That's how you do it, though. That's how that jar got full. That's how you ended up having money to go to the concert or whatever it is you were saving for. Some people continue to save. They make more and more piggyback. Oh, this one's full. I'm not busting it. I'm getting another one. Let your trades be your piggy bank, right? Do what Mark did. Get yourself a small account set up if you're not already don't already have one, and trade small and just watch the pennies add up. 1%, 1%, 1% every day. Just increase it by 1%. That's all you're worried about, is getting 1% every day. Even if it's 50 cents, that's all you're focused on, is 1%, 1%, 1%. Exponentially over time, that is going to create a massive account for you if you keep it up. And what you're doing is you're waxing on and waxing off. You're getting so good at getting 1% that you're not realizing the whole time, because you're focused on the 1%. What did you do to get that 1%? Because if you kept getting 1%, that meant you were successful. What did you do to get it? You didn't realize you were teaching yourself the process the whole time. And one day you look up, oh my God, I know how to trade. Why? Because you got 1% consistently. How do you think you got that? You did the trade the right way. You got in, you got green, and you got out. You mastered it. It became a thoughtless process. That's why you don't think about it, right? It became a thoughtless process. F2 just did it. He focused on that 1% and got so damn good at it that now he's pulling in $50,000 inside of 2 weeks because he got good at the process with little bitty amounts of money. He just kept focusing on get in, get green, get out. Get my 1%. He didn't have to worry about, oh, today the 1% is a little bit more. It doesn't matter. Just do what you did yesterday and the day before that and the day before that and the day before that to get that 1%. Right? And then, as Palm said, as time goes on, you'll get good enough where you can sit in trades a little bit longer. It's not so much get in, get green. It's get in, get a quality trade. Oh, okay. I don't have to just get out here. It's still running. So let me sit in this for a couple minutes. It's still running. Okay, there's my pullback. I'm out. You know what I mean? You can go beyond the 1% because now you've mastered the process, right? You can sit in it just a little bit longer. Everybody in this group can do this. Everybody in this group can do this. I have an account of 148 trading 3 to 5% per day. That's very good. That's very good. 1%'s the goal, but you're doing 3 to 5. You're doing awesome. They're talking about the coin collection. You like old paper notes? Let them add up too. They add up too. James said he made his in the pre-market and crashed. Full on drool on keyboard every just woke drool on keyboard. Oh my god, yo. You gotta clean that off. Clean it off, James. No drooly keyboards around here. Than looking at Roman coins. Guys, I hope you guys got a lot out of today. If you did, please go over in the Traders Lounge and say, got a lot out of after the aftermarket today. Got some good lessons in. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you participating. Look forward to Richard's radar tomorrow. He recorded a really good one today. So I'll go ahead now and get that edited up so that I can go ahead and play it for you tomorrow. And yeah, if you guys did good today, I hope you had a green day. Remember, tomorrow, go in, have your plan, right? Have your exit, your entry, and your risk management already in your mind, written down. Follow it to the letter. That is going to become your new habit, right? And just do it day in and day out. If you find yourself going into the trade, remember, Palm said, as soon as you click the button, you get emotional. If you feel that happening, don't click the button. Count to 5 first. Breathe, right? Make sure it follows your criteria. Look at the screen, make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do, and you're not getting in just because you're being emotional because you think it's doing so. You think no. Is it following what you know is correct? Or is everything lined up, right? So that's all you have to do, right? And last but not least, make sure you're just, managing your emotions, right? By creating habits. There'll be no emotions if you do these habits every day. Speaking of habits, we're going to end with Coach's rules, which are the habits that everybody should be cultivating in this group for your trading success, right? All right, AmericanDreamTrading.com is where you go to get signed up so that you can get trained on everything that we know and you can interact with Coach himself. And don't forget tomorrow. Oh, yeah, don't forget the market is closed Monday, right? So tomorrow, if you trade, you're not getting your money till Tuesday. So make sure you're aware of that. If you have plans on trading tomorrow, you're not getting that money Monday. You're getting it Tuesday. So don't forget that. So you might want to alter that plan if you're relying on that money for Monday. All right. Peace and blessings, everybody. I love your faces. Please go put something in the Aftermarket Lounge if you like the show, and the Traders Lounge. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
You guys remember all the rules. You must follow all of them. Not some. You don't get to sprinkle in your own and leave mine out. You must follow all the rules. Always have a stop loss in each and every trade. If you're a new trader, make sure you are simulate trading only using a paper account. I don't want anybody losing their money while you are in training. Make sure you guys are using small position sizes. This will allow you to let those runners run and stop out the losers. Again, stops on every trade, regardless of shares, options, futures, or crypto. Make sure you guys are journaling every single day. It's one of the most important pieces of what we do on top of the risk management so that you can help assess what you are doing and make the changes that you need to do. Don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day if you're a new trader. And if you are an experienced trader, please be careful the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the trading day.
I was stuck in the cycle, just spinning my wheels, chasing time, losing sleep, forgetting how to feel. Dreams collecting dust on a shelf in my mind, till I found a spark, a way to realign. Not just numbers, charts, or lines on a screen. Was a mirror that showed who I could be. American dream trading, you opened the door, gave me the tools, now I'm asking for more. No more waiting for life to decide. You gave me the pen so I could rewrite. From fear to focus, from doubt to drive, I found my strength, now I'm alive. You didn't just teach me to trade, you helped me rewrite my life. Used to think I missed my chance, too late to change, but you showed me growth lies outside the cage. Now I'm building something real, not just getting by. Flipping setbacks into fuel, reaching for the sky. You said mindset first, and now I see success starts with who you believe you can be. American dream trading, you opened the door, gave me the tools, now I'm asking for more. No more waiting for life to decide. You gave me the pen so I could rewrite. From fear to focus, from doubt to drive, I found my strength, now I'm alive. You didn't just teach me to trade, you helped me rewrite my life. It's not about luck, it's learning to lead, turning every loss into a seed. Now I grow with every rise and fall, standing tall, no dreams too small. American dream being traded, you show me the way, turn my dark into light, my night into day. Now I'm writing my future in my own hand, with purpose, with power, with a brand new plan. From stuck to soaring, from fear to flight, you helped me rewrite my life. Yeah, I'm trading more than stocks, I'm trading pain for pride. Thanks to the dream. now. Rewrite my